Hi, it's Todd here. Let me tell you a little story that something I saw in the sky. This was back in 1995, maybe 96, 97. It was around that time. I got to work, whatever. I came down home where I was living and stepped out of my vehicle, and I was just finishing up having a cigarette, just enjoying the night sky. It was a beautiful night out. It it was probably like mid fall. It was chilly, but it wasn't cold. I'm gonna say mid fall maybe. And it was probably like around maybe 12:31 in the morning. I work in restaurants. That's my that's what I do for a living. I'm a line cook. I work in the restaurants, and I got home after work, whatever. Was just enjoying a cigarette outside, and I looked up in the night sky. Seeing the constellations that you can see in the area where I lived. I lived in grew up and basically lived in the area at the time in Connecticut. It was called the Valley. It was the Naugatuck Valley area. Ansonia, Derby, Seymour, Beacon Falls, maybe Oxford. It was that area. It's known as the Valley in the area, and that's where I grew up. And I got out of work. I was home enjoying a cigarette before I went inside the house, and I was looking up at the sky and looking at the constellations that you can see in the area. Because it's kind of semi light pollution, whatever. You can see the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper. You can see the Pleiades, Orion, and stuff. I'm looking outside, enjoying my cigarette. And I look up in the sky and I see a band of light just go across the sky there, boom, out of nowhere. It kind of came from the southeast, and it spanned the whole horizon. This band of light, and it went from the southeast to the northwest, basically, and just straight overhead of where I was standing. And this band of light was probably, if you took your forefinger and your thumb and spread it out about an inch, then extend your hand out completely as far as you can and looked at it. That's the size of the band of light I saw go across the sky. And at that time, it was like, since it was like 95, 96, 97, I didn't have access to the internet or whatever to see, hey, what happened here. But I found out someone else verified what I saw is what I saw. So I didn't see, I was like the sole person who saw this. This other person had mentioned to me that they saw the same thing. So it kind of like verifies what I saw is what I saw, and it really did happen. They explained how like when they told the story to me, they said they were like outside having a cigarette, similar situation, waiting for their daughter come home from work, and they had like their little talk time during this situation, and they both saw it at that time. Since it was later at night, general speaking. But he was an older dude. He had mentioned how I found this. I told roughly the same story on a Facebook page that I came across. It dealt with like the stories about the area where I grew up in. About the valley. And I had mentioned that story there, and he verified that it happened. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. If anybody saw the same thing during that time frame, hey, let me know. All right, all right. Well, peace, good eats, and all that. Enjoy your night. Bye now.